So our next topic is the possibility of Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz. However, there's been a stall in their negotiation. Wilder reacts to Andy Ruiz 50-50 demand after he sent Andy Ruiz a 70-30 deal.
Oh,
This is brought to you by the boxing scene, and this is what it said. Wilder's react to Ruiz 50-50 demand. You ain't nobody compared to me, so stop that. So Deontay Wilder has rejected the idea of doing a 50-50 deal to make a fall fight with fellow former world champion Andy Ruiz Jr. Last year, the World Boxing Council ordered the fight as a final eliminator. In a recent interview, Ruiz's father and manager told, I'm going to try my best, Izquierdazo, that Wilder was offering a 70-30 split, and the team Ruiz believe a 50-50 split is more appropriate. They want Andy to accept a ridiculous amount. Andy is not just any boxer. He was the first Mexican heavyweight world champion in history. Wilder wants to offer 30%. Andy and Wilder are going to fill the stadium. They are going to sell pay-per-views like crazy because everyone wants to see that fight. So it is not a fight that they are offering just enough. Wilder will not entertain an even split with Ruiz. Back in 2019 of June, Ruiz shocked the world and stopped Anthony Joshua in 7 rounds to capture the WBO, IBF, IBO, and WBA titles.
Oh, that hurts.
I know exactly where I was when I saw that. I remember it. However, 6 months later, he lost the titles right back to Joshua, who dominated the rematch to win a 12-round unanimous decision. Mm-hmm. Andy, that ain't so much the case. So they got to really think about the situation they're in, said Wilder to ES News. They are talking about a 50-50. You ain't nobody compared to me, bro. You were only champion for a very short time, so stop that. Regarding a potential fight with Anthony Joshua in Saudi Arabia, Wilder has a much better feeling about that showdown coming off. That's looked very, very promising. I also got other offers as well from overseas, so nobody needs to worry about who I fight because my life is very, very great. Understand that. Don't worry about who I fight because I could fight anybody in the world. They would love to see me come to their country and love to see me in the States, Wilder said. To add on to Wilder's point, Anthony Joshua's own promoter, Eddie Hearn, via Michael Benson, said that the Deontay Wilder is now virtually agreed to take place in December/January. Ooh, hint, hint. Wow. Following talks with the Saudis this week, he said, we virtually have a deal agreed in principle, subject to a few final decisions, via the Boxing News. Damn. So what do you think about this? Included, so part of that 50-50 is a rematch clause. So if Andy Ruiz loses, he can activate a rematch clause to face Wilder again.
Ooh, damn. Okay, so like I guess from this we can personally, Deontay Wilder actually has a point.
Yeah.
Because like if we look at the Usyk fight with Tyson Fury in the 70-30 that way, we'd be like, oh no way, because you're talking about a completely different monster. People do want to see Usyk. We know who Usyk is. He is a very, very, very hard fighter. He's a very hard opponent to face, and Tyson Fury ain't like Deontay Wilder when it comes to knocking people out. So of course we looked at the 730 and we're like, that's not fair. But in this case, right? So the way I had to look at this was if it was Deontay Wilder versus anybody and Andy Ruiz versus anybody, which fight would I rather see? I would rather see the Deontay Wilder fight because Deontay Wilder has that magic touch and it's very entertaining to see. When he knocks people out in like the first or second round, it's scary because he punches dumb hard and he's accurate in that regard. So of course, I'd want to see Deontay Wilder fight, but with an Andy Ruiz fight, that is a little bit more reliant on his opponents on whether or not I would want to see that fight personally. Like Joshua, for example, of course I want to see that fight. That's an interesting fight. Deontay Wilder. Oh, Deontay Wilder's there. Oh, he might give some issues to Deontay Wilder. Of course I want to see that fight. But if it was like somebody else, and I'm just like, I mean, it's gonna be a boxing fight, yeah, but it's nothing gonna be that makes me want to, as part of the audience. It doesn't really make me want to watch it. So I kind of see where Deontay Wilder is coming from, but I just didn't know that this whole 70-30, 60-40 uneven purse thing was that much of a big deal, or like that much of a thing that actually happens aside from it being 50-50. Um, so yeah, it kind of has a point, but 70-30 for someone like Andy Ruiz.
I'm leaning more
Um,
to 60-40 rather than the
yeah, I
70.
would say, yeah, I think 60-40 is a little bit more fair. 70-30, I think you're trying to extreme ball it, like put it in like one of the extreme ballparks to kind of bring it down a bit. So I would say 60-40 is definitely more fair. 50-50, I would have said yeah, but 60-40 would have made more sense. 60-40 for Deontay Wilder.
I would
So that's what I
say
think about, yeah.
I would
So
say 60-40 and remove that rematch clause. Because oh my goodness, Andy Ruiz, just because you beat AJ once, don't mean you got the clout to demand these ridiculous
mm,
things, bro. Because let's just be honest, Deontay Wilder has a big payday at the end of the year,
mhm,
at the end of the year or beginning next year, right? So there is a big payday waiting for him. He doesn't need you, dog. He like he said in his statements, he doesn't need you. He
he
got other
doesn't.
fights lined up, and it's only overseas. So you
Mhm,
trying to boost up the money. Here's the thing: if I'm Andy Ruiz and I'm in his team, and I'm confident I could beat Wilder, right? Even though I personally think he can't. I'm gonna say, all right, 70-30, no rematch clause. The and you beat Wilder, you have an immediate ticket to face either Fury or AJ.
mhm,
Two big names, two big paydays, right? Because Wilder doesn't want to put a rematch clause. Take
mhm,
advantage of that. Teofimo took advantage of that. Devin Haney took advantage of that against Lomachenko, right?
mhm,
You remove that rematch clause, anything can happen. You just gotta show up prepared, well trained, and just go out on your shield, leave everything in the ring. That's a possibility, right? So for me, if I was Ruiz, I would accept a 70-30, but I would like a 60-40, right? Because honestly, there isn't any reason for Wilder to face you outside of, staying active,
mhm.
right? So, because at the end of the year, he's going to get paid other priorities and other fights lined up. But what do we know? But let us know what you guys think about this. Do you think that Andy Ruiz should get a 50-50 plus a rematch? Or do you think what Deontay Wilder offered him, a 70-30 or our recommended 60-40, as a fair split for Andy Ruiz? Let us know in the comment section below.